could be the kind of girl that you could be down for. Oh, that looks so much better. Okay. I should have used these in my other videos. Okay. Being okay with being alone, y'all. So, let's talk about it. I'm alone 99.99999% of the time. I think that sounds so crazy. This isn't necessarily a tutorial about how to be alone. Be okay with being alone. I think that's something that you have to figure out yourself. And I do want to specify, being alone and feeling alone are two different things. I like to be alone all the time, but I don't like to feel alone in life. I'm sorry, y'all. This bothers me. I don't like to feel alone in life. You know, that type of thing. I would like being by myself, but I don't like to feel like nobody's in my corner. And you don't necessarily need lots of friends to feel like somebody's in your corner. And I do want to specify that. Like, I wish I had more friends most of the time, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I need new friends. I need more friends. Blah, blah. I need new bonds. But in real life, in real talk, you don't need friends to feel like you're, to feel something. Like, and I think some people just genuinely use friends to feel a void in their heart. And that sounds mean, but genuinely some people just use friends to feel a void they feel deep in their heart. And me personally, I don't feel a void in my heart. I don't care about having friends. I don't care. Like, yes, sometimes I do wish I had more, but do I necessarily care about having them? No, not at all. I mean, I would still live without friends. Yes, like, and I know that if I don't have friends in my corner, I have family in my corner. Like, it's not even like, shit. Sorry, I kicked it. I'm sorry, y'all. That's near my foot. It's not even that I necessarily need friends in my corner. I'm sorry. I'm one of the people who can't sit normal. But I don't need friends at all. I just want somebody to be in my corner at all times. Believe me over the next person and stuff like that. I just need somebody in my life who's in my corner and who looks out for me and stuff. I don't necessarily need a friend. And same thing goes for relationships. Like, I don't necessarily need to be in love or in a relationship. I just be in relationships because I feel like it's nice, you know? But being alone, being an introvert, I don't even go to school. Life for me is different than it is for other people. I used to be a very extroverted, funsy. I think I'm still fun, but I used to be very extroverted, athletic, and stuff like that. Now I think I am more closed off, introverted and stuff. But that's because I realized I don't need to be what people think I should be. I think people expected me to be extroverted because I would be very open with my friends who are close to me. I don't need to be extroverted. I can be alone and still have many friends, be a fun time to be around. When I loosen up, I loosen up. And I think being okay with being alone is really important because I think everybody should be okay with being alone. I think that's something that we should all learn. With me, I learned to be okay with being alone because I invested time into myself. I read books. I draw. I write books. Like, I like listening to music. I like being by myself. Being an introvert is not necessarily a bad thing as people make it seem like introverts suck, this, that, and the third. No, with me being an introvert, I really am like, I'm a genuine friend and I would be in your corner no matter what, as long as you're a real friend to me. I think I'm okay. I'm just okay with being alone. I cope with not having friends by realizing the people I have in my corner now are irreplaceable. Like, it's like my friends, I would never replace them. I could never replace the people I hang with. My two very best friends, my fave, everyone in my corner now is someone I could never replace in my life, and I would never have I would keep them in my corner for life, you know? Like, I don't necessarily feel the need to be, I feel like I'm very happy. I'm content with my life. And that's what's important. I feel like you should be content where you're at. It's content. Yes. Content at the place of life you're in. That's how you're okay with being alone. You should be content with how your life is. When you're by yourself, you're like, this is the lifestyle I want. It may not be your dream life yet, but everybody time is coming. Your time is coming. It's going to come every single time. And I tell myself that all the time. I was just telling myself that while recording, my time is coming. I'm going to blow up eventually. I'm going to blow up one day. My time is coming. My time is coming. And I don't mind being alone, having nobody in my corner or nothing. Because to me, it's like, I don't like the weird, fake people who be coming into your corner. Some people's mission in life is really just to destroy your peace. Everybody is a lesson one way or another. And I stand on that. I stand on that. I'm okay with being alone because I realize that people who come into your life at certain points in your life, they are a lesson that you need to learn, experience, and all that. Like, I learn my lessons. I I I take people very like everybody is a lesson in my life. Everybody, everything, every action, everything is a lesson. A lesson. It's all a lesson. It's all a lesson. Everything to me is a lesson. Everything. Everything. Nothing is just as plain as it seems to be. My life, everything is a lesson. Life is a lesson that you need to learn. When someone comes into your life, I think they're a lesson. And that's why I'm okay with being alone. Because I think certain people are not meant to stay in my life. And I'm okay with that. Some people are not meant to genuinely be in my life forever. And I've grown okay with that. Like, I remember I used to not be okay with that. I used to want everybody to stay in my life forever. I used to put my heart into everybody. But I realized that you shouldn't put your heart into nobody. Nobody. And it's something that I would actually give advice people for. Keep your heart to yourself. Do not put your heart into the next person. Don't entrust everybody with your heart. Don't pour out your deepest secrets or nothing like that. Your heart is yours and yours only. You should not be telling people what's in your heart at all times. I don't put my heart in nobody. Like, and this is finna sound crazy, but even the girl I date, I don't put my heart into her. I'm not gonna. People are temporary, and that's why I'm okay with being alone. Everyone is temporary. Not everyone, not everything, but things are temporary, and everyone should be okay with that. I think some people genuinely get attached very easily, too easily. Sorry, I'm putting on a new song, new non-copyright music. Everyone should be okay with being in life, being alone. I think being alone is different for everyone, though. I think for me, it's being by myself. I'm home alone, and that's when I feel the best. When I'm home alone by myself, and I'm having fun in life. I'm okay with being alone. That's mine. The next person's might be, I feel best alone when they're in a room by themselves, not even a house, or when they're in their thoughts, they feel alone. They feel better that way. Some people genuinely feel better in certain ways. I think being okay with being alone looks different for everyone, and being alone looks different for everyone. I think everyone should be okay with that. I really have no helpful advice for being okay with being alone. I think you should find you a healthy outtake in life. I had unhealthy outtakes. I'll be honest. I have no reason to hide it. I had unhealthy outtakes in my life. Like things and I think you should also have someone to talk to. Like, even if it's not somebody, talk to yourself. Like, work out your issues. I think some people genuinely, and you know what? Yeah, I am part of people. I had unhealthy coping mechanisms for my life, and I used to be so angry deep down all the time. Like, I used to be mad at the world all the time. Now, I think the world owes me nothing. And I realized that. I think I used to be just mad all the time. And I think certain things, once I found healthy coping mechanisms and stuff like that, to get my anger off, to vent my sadness, and all that, life became easy for me. Everyone should have a healthy coping mechanism in life. And I stand on that. Actually, you should find a healthy outtake. Everyone should. This is not like a long video. I really can't tell you much about being okay with being alone. I think I grew okay with being alone. I was always alone, actually. I always felt alone, even if I wasn't. I felt alone, which is a very dreadful feeling, if you want to be honest. It's very dreadful. And I think everyone should grow to be okay with being alone, not feeling alone. Feeling alone is a painful feeling at heart, and I think that needs to be discussed. Feeling alone is like, I feel like I have nobody in my corner. I feel like I'm by myself all the time. I feel like I'm just going through everything by myself. But being alone is, I know I have somebody in my corner, but I'm by myself and I feel great that way. I don't need to have friends. I don't need to be surrounded by people 24/7. My nose is itch, sorry. And I think everyone should grow okay with that. Everyone, like, ain't nothing wrong with not being. It's nothing wrong with not liking to be alone. It's nothing wrong with that. Some people genuinely don't like not being alone and stuff like that. But I think everyone should grow okay with it at some point in their life, because, as I said, everything is temporary, and life moves faster than you think. I am halfway through my 10th grade year, and I've been alone my whole 10th grade year. Like, alone. I don't mind it at all. I don't mind it. I do want to get out there more, yes, but am I forcing myself to be out there more? No. I like being by myself. And I think certain people don't understand that. People do not understand that. I tell people I like being by myself. And they be like, what? How? Oh my gosh. It's fun being by myself. I can have fun by myself. You need to learn how to have fun by yourself to be okay with being by yourself. If you cannot have fun being by yourself without alcohol, drugs, there is something we need to discuss. It is. I'm okay with, I have fun by myself all the time. I make myself laugh all the time. I be in my room by myself and I just be like, I don't even be laughing at nobody, with nobody. I'm just happy by myself. And I think also a part of it is self-esteem and confidence. My self-esteem used to be really low. Now, I think, like, I feel like you should feel like this no matter what. This is, like, not even no shade. You should always feel like you're the baddest in the room. You should feel like you're the baddest bitch in every room you walk into. Or the baddest nigga. I don't care. You should just feel like you, like, the word. You should feel like, oh, when you walk around, even if there is people more attractive than you, you should be like, okay, but I'm the baddest bitch in here. Like, even if it is bad bitches in there, or fine niggas in there, fine shit, whatever, be like, okay, but I'm bad. Like, I'm bad. Like, I'm me. I'm fine. Like, you should feel confident about yourself. I have no tips about getting better at self-esteem and stuff like that. I really don't. I have no advice for that, because that came naturally for me over time. I always knew I was sort of pretty because people told me that, but I don't. Some people are obligated. I'm not obligated. It's the truth. I used to feel like people were obligated to tell me that. Like, that's your role in my life. You have to tell me that, even if you don't feel it. But now I realize they don't have to tell me that. They told me that because it was genuine and stuff like that. And also, I think part of it is that you have to learn, you have to get yourself away from toxic situations, toxic relationships, toxic friends, toxic parents, family, all of that. You have to get yourself away from toxic situations to feel confident, to feel beautiful, to feel good about yourself. You have to get away from toxic situations. You have to take yourself seriously. You have to take yourself seriously. Like, that's the first step. You take yourself seriously. You don't play about yourself, and you take yourself seriously. You cut off toxic people. You should rebrand. I've rebranded so many times in my life, so many times. And I'm gonna tell you, I rebranded so much because I never felt content where I was at. Oh, I don't want y'all to see my feet, sorry. I now feel content where I'm at. I used to not feel content. I used to not feel happy and I used to rebrand myself constantly. What are some nicknames I went by? I changed my name. I didn't want my name at first. I'm now happy where I'm at. I think you should seek out your happiness. I went by my real name, Kamaya, KK, Cammy, no, KK. People still call me Maya, and I don't mind that. That's more of like a family thing, so I don't mind that. People still call me Cammy, so I don't think I'm necessarily branched off from that. Mimi was a nickname. It never really got used. Nana Banana, I still like that nickname for me though. I'm not really that yellow no more. Mellow Yellow, I'm not that yellow no more. That was like childhood nicknames people called me. And I was happy where I'm at. You know, like, I can't really explain it. But I think you should identify yourself with like how you feel. You know? Identify yourself. Like, you should, and you need to, and that's like the first step of taking yourself serious. No, it's not even the first step. The first step is, yes, it is part of the first step. It is part of the first step. I'm trying to think. Part of the first step is to, one, like, realize the toxic situation. Realize that you're unhappy first. Realize the situation you're in. Realize that about your life. And then step 2 is to take yourself out of all them situations. 3, make an identity you feel happy with. Even if you go by the same name, or you don't change anything about your looks, change your environment, changing the people around you. I feel like that's part of your identity. And it really helps, y'all. It really helps. I don't got many tips, I feel like, because I'm still even figuring out my own identity. You know, I'm still being me. I'm still becoming the person and the identity that I really want. I need some earrings though. Oh my gosh, I'm so horrible. I'm sorry. But I'm still becoming the person that I want. So I think it's like okay to, why am I brazen? It's okay to not have an identity you necessarily feel confident with right now. It's okay. It's nothing wrong with that. Genuinely, it's nothing wrong with that. Like, genuinely. I feel like over time you become content with an identity. You become happy with an identity. I'm very much support. You know what? I'll say it. I don't care when people be like transitioning and stuff. I support them because I think it's very much, you should be happy. I think your happiness comes first, despite what everyone else is saying, despite the homophobic, transphobic, racist, all of that. People out there, you should be happy with who you are first. That should be your first priority. Fuck what everyone else says. Be happy with yourself. And if you're not happy with yourself, something needs to change. You need to, even if you even if you can't get into therapy, you can't pay for it, you can't afford it, I think you should talk to someone. Talk to yourself. Try to figure deep down what's wrong. Figure out, pinpoint your trauma, all types of stuff. I think that's part of the process of being okay with being alone. I think everyone should be happy, and being okay with being alone with yourself is part of the process of being happy. I think I know what I'm talking about. But I feel like everyone should be happy and be okay with being alone. I grew very okay with being alone, and I don't mind it. I'm happy where I'm at. I actually am, for once in my life. Not for once. I've been happy in life multiple times, but I'm happy. I'm content. This lifestyle. If I could change, I probably would in my past. But at the same time, I think everything happens for a reason. Not everything, but most things happen for a reason. Like I said, lessons and stuff. And I actually wouldn't have life many other ways. Like, I think your pursuit of happiness is your pursuit of being okay. Is the main goal of being okay with being alone. Pursuit of happiness is something we have right to, and everybody should use that. Life is being okay with being alone, and I think everyone should grow like that. How we feeling about the 2 braids though, y'all? Bye, y'all. I think I might make another video. I told you I want to make a few. This was just me yapping about being happy, I guess. Alright, y'all. It's not that I don't want